welcome viewers. This is Winshare. I hope you enjoyed that little intro. We need to have a formal, proper introduction to this loadout and this weapon in particular, and nothing better than just a little bit of flaunting, teabagging here. Forgive it, guys. I've regressed back to my Call of Duty type of mentality and maturity, but I can't help it. With this loadout, guys, that I'm here to detail in addition to some other topics, I can't help but taunt the team with this loadout. This is what I am deeming, I'm kind of going back to my Battlefield 3 throwback that I haven't really adopted in Battlefield 4, but for those of you who've been watching my channel since Battlefield 3, back in the day, before the big letdown of bringing those weapons back in Battlefield 4, I used to coin weapons by female names. Don't ask me why, it's an old tradition, particularly aviation related. But back in Battlefield 3, I coined like the AS Val, the Valerie, or the M60 Deep Throat because of its unique sound on the battlefield. So anyway, needless to say, I was very disappointed about those weapons with Battlefield 4. I have not even gotten to the AS Val yet because I just simply can't play with it. And you've seen my M60 review where I really don't think it's that great. But I've already reviewed this weapon, the M249, so why am I talking about it again? So in this video I'm going to talk about the M249, this loadout in particular, as well as my impressions here of Second Assault, Caspian Border in particular, tips and strategies on this map, on both Capture the Flag and Conquest, and I'll be talking about some other topics too. Real quick here, M249 versus an assault weapon. Granted, I'm firing first here, but yet they still are able to get bullets on me and nearly put me down. I'm not sure what weapon that guy had, but again, give it to the M249 here for the loadout. Other topics that we'll be talking about in this video here later on is my impressions of the patch here with the Naval Strike patch that is about to be released. Forgive me, guys, I have been playing the weapons with the Naval Strike weapons on PC, but unfortunately I'm having problems with DX Tori. And please, guys, if you know anything about DX Tori, leave a comment in there. What I cannot do is record the profile for some reason. It does not have a profile for Battlefield 4, but it works on every other game that I have on my PC. But for some reason, Battlefield 4 I cannot record with DX Tori. I've tried reinstalling it, and to no avail. I spent hours on it today, just finally gave up. But I have been trying the new support weapon. What was it called? The LSW or LSG? Wow, shoot, I already forgot the name. I'm sorry. But the new, quote-unquote, the best support gun. Of course, I'll be detailing it here in a moment. Whenever that I can either get my DX Tori footage to work, or I can get the footage here on PlayStation 4, which is what you're seeing now. But a lot of people are already deeming that the best support class weapon. So before you guys even go down that road, let me just remind you of what this weapon's capable of. And it's more of not just a reminder. I just had to put this out here, guys, because I feel very strongly, having had 3,000 kills now with this weapon, that I really feel like in my review of this weapon, I wasn't aware of this loadout. It's a concept I kind of just overlooked, and I think it was the most optimal loadout for this class of weapon. But putting a muzzle brake on this weapon and putting a potato grip on this weapon is an unbelievable combination. Don't ask me why. Don't read into the stats that you think that you're getting, oh, well, Winshare, you put a muzzle brake or a compensator on a weapon, you get a 30% penalty in accuracy. Well, guys, I know that's what it says there in the stats in terms of the description of the attachment, but don't believe everything you see. Try it out yourself and really see, do you see running with the weapon with that accessory, do you actually see a 30% degradation in the accuracy? Let me tell you, you don't see it. At least I don't see a practical nerf in the accuracy of the weapon. But you can throw a heavy barrel on the weapon and watch your recoil go through a roof, and watch how you just can't get bullets on target. And yeah, well, you may have a 50% bonus in the accuracy statistically, but practically it ain't gonna do any good, trust me. Until they buff that heavy barrel, I'm back to my old mentality on it again. It's just not working for me. And I had to slow this clip down right here because that guy had, all he had to do is spit on me, I would have died. I had 5% health, point blank range. Of course, he had the carbification on Battlefield. He had a carbine in his hand. Yet again, put him down instantly with a headshot with the M249 there. Here you can see me reassessing my threat from the C4 to watching the minimap, looking at the target behind me, prioritizing in the last ditch effort here, throwing out C4 before I get overwhelmed because he just fled down the staircase. Again, stemming the onslaught on Conquest. I mean, the 64-man player count, but this is what you need in your hands is a big LMG weapon. Here's a guy peeking a corner with assault weapon again. get shot down and put down by me, even when he's firing first. Now, looking at some of the glitches here in the latest Naval Strike patch, you can see there the kill cam's screwed. Right here you can see me testing my internet connection, which you can do on console as well. Just hit bring up your options menu, hit R3, you can see your connection. There you can see I had a red bar connection, which the server inconsistency seems to be all over the map with me right now. It's like a server has a great connection, it's a 3-bar green connection, and then the next match is red like it is here. So I'm not sure what's going on with the patch right now. Some people watching the Works video, he's really kind of saying that he's coming out on record saying that this has been a massive step backwards in terms of the patch addressing hit detection, server issues, netcode, stability, and in some respects I agree with that. I mean, when I first played this on launch day, I had 2 crashes in a row, which I've never had crashes before on multiplayer, particularly on PlayStation 4. It's very rare. I had lots of netcodes, lots of rubber banding, so clearly the issues are not resolved. I'm not sure where they're going with the patch direction, but it is starting to shake my confidence in DICE's ability to fix the issues with this game. And you guys know me, of all people, been a very strong advocate for DICE in the rough launch with Battlefield 4. I still think it's the best game out there. I'm still having a hell of a lot of fun playing it. But I will admit and concede that the rubber banding needs to be addressed significantly. That's my #1 complaint right now, besides the fact there's no renter servers yet still on console. I don't know when that's coming. But the rubber banding has to go. I mean, that's across all platforms too. I see it on PC and console. Now right here in this vantage point, talking about the gameplay, Caspian Border, getting up on this hill is just, again, with the M249, these ranges and a magnification scope, this thing's unbelievable accurate. Look at that. With the muzzle brake on this weapon, I'm still putting guys down. It just helps me get bullets on target, is bottom line what this attachment does. And you have to be real conscientious of when this tower explodes and goes down. The levolution effect of this really does change the gameplay dynamic of this gameplay on this map. Be very conscientious of these increased flanking routes with that tower down. It really allows the team an advantage in kind of sneaking up into those hotspot areas where the high value targets are, and you'll see me use that tool and advantage time and time again in the gameplay. You cannot underestimate the effectiveness of the levolution on this map, and this is where I really take issue when people call levolution a gimmick. It's not, but I have to agree with you guys, and it's kind of a tongue-in-cheek joke. Some people have called it, instead of levolution, they call it lagolution, because it also results a lot of times in significant frame rate drops and lag. Also be conscientious of claymores in here, and people are sneaky. On capture a flag, if you can get up in this tower when it's crumbled down, now nobody can come in this tower on this side. It's too high up, so I've got a great vantage point here to take out multiple enemies. Again, with the Ellie loadout here, I'm just going to destroy all these guys camping around that are watching the flag. And I mean, this loadout just blows my mind, guys. I had to make a video, even though I reviewed this weapon. I had to make a video because, again, that's so great about Battlefield. You can play with the gun, have thousands of kills with it, but to stumble across a loadout, and nobody recommended this loadout, I just figured this out. Figured out this loadout, and I was like, wow, is this a night and day difference? Not only did I think this gun was great before, now it's even better. With the potato grip, muzzle brake, the green laser sight, any kind of sight you want, even high magnification zoom scopes like this or medium magnification. Unbelievable loadout. And doesn't it look sexy draped in this the DPM 6 camo? I mean, that's a cool looking camo, and you have to unlock it to get it. It was very difficult for me to unlock as well. You have to play capture flag, transport the flag carrier, and several other items. Gunner seat, chopper. It might be my imagination, but I don't recall in the patch notes them talking about buffing this thing, but I swear by it, guys. This thing's destroying vehicles now, left and right. I haven't been on all that much, but every occasion that I am, I'm taking out vehicles like they're no tomorrow. So I don't know if they buffed the gunner seat on this, but give the Jack Chopper another shot if you have not experienced the gunner seats, because this thing, I jumped in this real quick, and this was a turning point of this match when we got down here. In this brief moment I was in the chopper, just destroying their air, taking out some infantry, taking out the guys around the flag, allowed our team to roll in there, grab the flag, depart with the flag, and that's what turned the tide of this match in our favor, and from there we went on to win this match. So you'd be surprised as how quick just being in a vehicle for a moment can really change the tide, but there's used to amaze me like this, where you have moments like that where you're going on beast mode on, and then you stumble across a random claymore in the battlefield. Nothing more frustrating than that. Now, other tips. This team was a good team on Caspian Border. We're playing on Capture the Flag. This is a good objective they have. Put respawn beacons down. If you want to win Capture the Flag, the key is respawn beacons. Getting them in these things. Look at them flooding out of here like ants. I mean, get a respawn beacon in there. Next thing you know, you've got 4 or 5 guys spawning on top of each other. Next thing you know, you got 10 guys out here on your flank in your immediate vicinity of your flag. You cannot allow the team to do that. Also, recon guys. Boy. When I see him right there, I'm out in the open like this, you got to pull back. And I was trying to be smart here using my UCAV, but then again, they're still out there somewhere. I don't know where that guy killed me because, again, the kill cam right now is completely broken, utterly broken, as you saw earlier. It'll be like somebody kills you and then it'll latch on to somebody across the map behind cover. It's an absolute impossible shot. So just don't pay any regard right now to the kill cam until they fix that. So unfortunately, that's one more thing they got to fix now that they've, quote, we're going to fix, and then they made it worse. Right there, the UCAV taking out against the attack helicopter. It's another application or another ability of that tool. It's not easy to do sometimes. You typically don't get the kills, but every now and then do. But I think it's a great piece of equipment for support on this map because of the range advantage of it as well. Now, when you see guys parachuting down, don't just go wandering off. You know somebody's got a respawn beacon out here. You can't let these things go. Like I said, respawn beacons are the key to winning this game, because if you don't have respawn beacon, it's a long journey across a map to get in position to take the flag. So track it down, take the time to find them, because those things, they change the tide every time. AC-130, oh my god, has this thing been buffed. It is a force to be reckoned with now, an absolute nightmare if you're on the ground letting it go. I've been killed by this thing more times than I can even believe after this patch, so be aware of it, guys. Start to gripe it now. I really like this vehicle, but I still think it's really vulnerable. It still has some weird damage glitch where if it gets hit once, it just starts losing health, and then you're flying way into the spawn area, and next thing you know, you're dead. You can't even deploy out of it without suiciding before you get out of the bounds area. So that's a frustration, but just use caution for the AC-130. So this last clip I'll wrap up showing you again the effectiveness of this weapon, knowing about the flanking abilities of the tunnel routes here with the tower down. I mean, this is what makes the game great. All in all, I'm still feeling out the Naval Strike patch. Whether or not it's really solved anything, I'm going to have to say no at this point in time from my experience. I'm still seeing significant rubber banding on Haitian Resort, Lane King Dam, and even these game modes. Whereas before the patch, I didn't recall too many lag issues or rubber banding issues on the second assault maps and Capture the Flag. So I'm kind of disappointed about the patch. I expected it to do more, particularly after all the increased PR that DICE has been put out saying that we're listening. We're going to fix this. We're aware of the netcode issues. Personally, I don't think netcode's too much of an issue, but I do notice significant server-to-server inconsistency in terms of connection speed and time. And you know my connection, the Google Fiber connection, is unbeatable in terms of its speed, so I really doubt it's something on my end. I think it's really a server issue. But I hope you guys like this video. Please like and subscribe. I will have more Naval Strike content to come soon. And try out the M249, the Ellie Destroyer of Worlds loadout. You won't be disappointed.